Hi everybody, it's Linda. Today I'm going to read you A House for Hermit Crab by Eric Carle. Time to move, said Hermit Crab one day in January. I've grown too big for this shell. He had felt safe and snug in his shell, but now it was too snug. Hermit Crab stepped out of his shell and onto the floor of the ocean. But it was frightening out in the open sea without a shell to hide in. What if a big fish comes along and attacks me, he thought. I must find a new home soon. Early in February, Hermit Crab found just the house he was looking for. It was a big shell and strong. He moved right in, wiggling and waggling about inside to see how it felt. It felt just right, but it looked so plain, he thought. What do you think he's going to do with his shell? It's so plain. Let's see. In March, Hermit Crab found some sea anemones. They swayed gently back and forth in the water. How beautiful you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to come and live on my house? It's so plain. It needs you. I'll come, whispered a small sea anemone. Gently, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and put it on his shell. In April, Hermit Crab passed a flock of starfish moving slowly along the seafloor. How handsome you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to decorate my house? I would, signaled the little sea star. Carefully, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and put it on his house. In May, Hermit Crab discovered some coral. They were hard and didn't move. How pretty you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to make my house more beautiful? I would, creaked the crusty coral. Gingerly, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it on his shell. In June, Hermit Crab came to a group of snails crawling over a rock on the ocean floor. They grazed as they went, picking up algae and bits of debris and leaving a neat path behind them. How tidy and hard-working you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to come and help clean my house? I would, offered one of the snails. Happily, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it on his shell. Look at all the beautiful sea creatures that are decorating the Hermit Crab's house. In July, Hermit Crab came upon several sea urchins. They had sharp, prickly needles. How fierce you look, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to protect my house? I would, answered a spiky sea urchin. Gratefully, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it near his shell. In August, Hermit Crab and his friends wandered into a forest of seaweed. It's so dark in here, thought Hermit Crab. How dim it is, murmured the sea anemone. How gloomy it is, whispered the starfish. How murky it is, complained the coral. I can't see, said the snail. It's like nighttime, cried the sea urchin. In September, Hermit Crab spotted a school of lanternfish darting through the dark water. How bright you are, said Hermit Crab. Would one of you be willing to light up our house? I would, replied one lanternfish, and it swam over near the shell. In October, Hermit Crab approached a pile of smooth pebbles. How sturdy you are, said the Hermit Crab. Would you mind if I rearranged you? Not at all, answered the pebbles. Hermit Crab picked them up one by one with his claw and built a wall around his shell. Now my house is perfect, cheered Hermit Crab. But in November, Hermit Crab felt that his shell seemed a bit too small. Little by little, over the year, Hermit Crab had grown. Soon he would have to find another bigger home. But he had come to love his friends, the sea anemones, the starfish, the coral, the sea urchins, the snail, the lanternfish, and even the smooth pebbles. They have been so good to me, thought Hermit Crab. They are like family. How could I ever leave them? In December, a small Hermit Crab passed by. I have outgrown my shell, she said. Would you know of a place for me? I have outgrown my house too, answered Hermit Crab. I must move on. You are welcome to live here, but you have to promise to be good to my friends. I promise, said the little crab. The following January, Hermit Crab stepped out and the little crab moved in. Couldn't stay in that little shell forever, said Hermit Crab as he waved goodbye. The ocean floor looked wider than he had ever remembered, but Hermit Crab wasn't afraid. Soon he spied the perfect house, a big empty shell. It looked, well, what do you think it looked like? Plain. But sponges, he thought, barnacles, clownfish, sand dollars, electric eels. Oh, there are so many possibilities. I can't wait to get started. The end. Okay, so in A House for Hermit Crab, right? He starts off as a small crab, just like when we're born. We start off as small babies. And he grew out of a shell. He got too big and his house got too small for him. So just like the hermit crab, we also get very big. We grow, every day we grow, and we get too big for some of the things, right? So let's think about it together. When you get bigger, what happens? Our body grows, right? Our clothes get smaller because our body is getting bigger. Our feet get bigger, so we need new shoes, right? So these are some of the things that, just like the hermit crab, he got big, we also get big. So not only do our bodies grow bigger, what happens to our brains? Every day we learn new things and we get smarter and our brain gets bigger and bigger, right? So that's something to think about. So one other thing that I want you to do on your own is, just like the hermit crab, he had a great idea to make his home beautiful. He found sea urchins, he found starfish, he found a snail to help it keep it clean, right? There's so many different things that he found to make his home beautiful. So I want you to go around your house and find some of the things that make your house beautiful to you, right? So I went around my house and I found flowers, right? Flowers smell beautiful and they look beautiful and they decorate your house. And another thing, pictures. Pictures make your house beautiful. They make them special to you and your family. So you can go around your own house and look at the different things that make your house beautiful to you. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that. Bye, everybody.